What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to episode 3. I believe we're on episode 3 of the CAD MDT creation series. Today we're going to be doing the admin panel is what we're going to start working on today. We're going to do some data stuff and work on the admin panel to get it all set up and ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and go to the home page here. On the home page we have the logo like I described. I went ahead and made this shorter because I'm not really going to have any buttons up here. If you guys want to have buttons up there, you can. Obviously, this is all user interface stuff. So the user interface, that can be obviously solely your design, whatever you want to do. Yeah, so that's up to you. We're going to go ahead and add a new page. I'm just going to call it blank. One second here, my phone went off. Okay, I just wanted to check my phone. Page name, we're just going to call it blank. And the blank, I'm going to clone it from home. That way we just have a nice blank page with nothing on it besides the logo and the header in that black background. I'm going to go ahead and add another new page, and this page name I'm just going to call it admin. Yeah, you can call it whatever you want to do. I'm going to copy clone from blank. Here we go. So now that we have our admin page, we're going to go to workflow. The first thing we want to do, pages loaded and current users as approved as no. Go to index, good. Now we're going to add another element under workflow. We're going to go down to general. Pages loaded only when current users. We don't have it. Okay, we're going to create a new data thing here. Go to user, go to data, then user. We're going to create a new field in the user. It's going to be a yes, no. Field name is going to be called is admin. We're going to create an is admin default is going to be false. We're going to create another one called is owner. Is owner is going to be yes, no, and that's going to be false. There we go. So only when current users is owner is no, and current users is admin is no. So if both of these are no, so if they're not the owner and they're not the admin or an admin, we want it to redirect them. We want it to kick them off this. So we're gonna go to navigation, go to page, index. That way we can just kick them off the page. We're going to go ahead and create a text here. We're going to make this in the center a little big. Just call this here administration panel. Right click center horizontally. I'm going to change the style to blank and then make my own style here. Make it white, center it, obviously make it a lot bigger than this. 36 will be fine. I don't like the Lato font, the default font it comes with. I like doing like Open Sans. Personally a fan of it. Make sure it's centered again. I'm not a fan of that size. A little smaller, a little bigger. Let's go 30. Okay, that's good. Now in the administration panel, it's important that we determine exactly what we want to do. So it's important that we need to determine what we're going to do for the admin panel. So in the admin panel, we need to be able to have the ability to create and edit departments. We need to do that. Let's start a new notepad document here. We're gonna call this, we don't need to call it anything. We need to edit/create departments. We need to be able to edit users and approve users. We need to be able to edit community logo. I think that's it. We need to edit/create departments, edit users, and approve users. And then edit the community logo. I really think that's all we need to be able to do. Perfect. I'm gonna put this on the other screen here just so I can keep an eye on it. There we go. So edit/create departments. I'm gonna create a group because I like organizing by groups. And the best practice to do is to organize by groups because groups really help you. It helps with the responsiveness, so on bigger screens it'll help make stay organized, and also it'll help stuff stay organized on smaller screens. So it's best to group your stuff up, group everything together as much as you can. So this group is going to be our departments manager. Here we go. I'm going to copy this and paste it, and then on this side. Alright, right, so also I want to let you guys know as I'm doing this that you guys expect episodes to come out on Fridays, not Mondays. That was I didn't misspeak, but that was just me poorly planning. My weekdays are just really hectic until I hit weekends. So honestly, expect episodes to come out on Fridays. That's my bad. I didn't really plan very well. Mondays are my most hectic day. I'm not home on Mondays. I'm home for like 2 hours on Mondays. I work from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Come home for about an hour and a half, then I go off to the fire station where I have fire training. Mondays are just it's a busy Mondays are busy for me, jam-packed. So on the left here, this here's gonna be the department manager, this whole left side. This here is going to be the community logo management. We're gonna community name / logo, I guess we could do. And this here's gonna be user editing. So you can see how we're sort of like dividing it up and just sort of planning right now. Now we need to be able to actually have departments. There's nowhere for us to grab these from. So we need to go down here on the left hand side to data. We're going to add a new type. We're going to add a new field here. Not a new field, I'm sorry, a new type. New type we're going to add is a type of department. In the department we need to hold a couple things. In the department we need to hold the logo of the department. We need to hold type. So if it's police, fire, I'm sorry, type is text. Whether it's police, fire, civilian, or dispatch. Then we're gonna create a new field. Logo type. This is gonna be called long name. So basically the long name, so Blaine County Sheriff's Office would be the long name. And the short name, which would be BCSO, so the short version of that name. And then we need to go to users, because we need to add, now that we're going to be able to create departments, we're going to be able to have them on the server, but we need to be able to assign them to users. So we're going to go down here to user, we're going to create a new field, and call this here approved departments. And for the field type, you're going to scroll down to department. And this is going to be a list, because this is going to be all the approved departments that user is approved for. Now we're also going to go ahead and create a new field, and we're going to change this here to current department, or I'm sorry, field name is current department. We'll use this more once we get into actually logging into the CAD, but we're going to go to current department, and field type is departments. We're going to hit create. Make sure it's on a list. The current department is not a list, just one single department. Obviously you can't be logged into multiple systems at a time, so current department needs to be one department. So we got that done, so we're going to go ahead and do some user interface stuff here. I'm going to change this background color, be a little darker. I'm going to go ahead and shorten this back up now, because I don't, well, we'll leave it long until we can figure out what we're going to do here. Create some text and horizontally, call this here department management, style, make it centered, white, open sans, 18. I'm gonna actually do 24. And then, I kind of want like a white. I kind of want like a little separation here. I want a little partition. Nothing that thick though. I still feel like that's too thick. Like I'm thinking like 2. Yeah, real tiny. Make this pure white. 4x4 on each side. Excellent. So we're gonna go ahead and create a repeating group down here. Now let's go over real fast to make sure something was inside of a group. If you click and hold and drag, you see this red box that's around, the red box around department management. That means you're placing this inside this group, and that means Bubble understands that you're placing this inside this group, and that it is going to be a member of this group. So make sure, like if I release it here, see how it sort of like hides back here in the very back. If I click on it, it comes to the front, but you can see the dash lines go off the side and everything. Make sure you actually put it inside the group. Make sure you're actually putting stuff inside the right containers. I saw in the last series attempt I did this, a lot of people were having issues where they couldn't find like current sales department or whatever. That just means that you didn't actually place it inside of the group like you were supposed to. But be careful, pay attention, and don't make an idiot mistake. Perfect. Layout style is going to be a full list. type of content here is going to be departments. Data source is going to be do a search for departments. We're going to sort by type. So basically it'll just group up the fire and everything. It'll group all the departments together. So now this is going to be a full list of all the departments that are created already. Obviously there's going to be a 0 right now, so we need to be able to have a way to create a department. Here's where we're going to do a little bit of fun stuff. We're going to get something called ionic elements. So on the left here, go down to plugins, click on add plugins. We're going to search for a plugin. It's called Ionic, I-O-N, I forget how it's spelled, I-O-N-I-C maybe? Ionic elements, yep, I-O-N-I-C. We're going to install that. We're also going to install Google. Just search Google Material. It's called here Google Material Icons. They're just some good icon packs. Both of these are really good icon packs. They have some of the same, but also some very different ones. So I think it's, I usually use Material Icon, the Google one, but every once in a while we're going to use the Ionic icons. Just because they have different icons. So it's nice to have a plethora of choice here. We're going to do something a bit more advanced here. So buckle in here. You're going to have to stay with me. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do it that way. Never mind. I was gonna do it so you could click on something and then it open a drop-down box to create a department, but that's too advanced for you guys. I don't want to do that. So we're just gonna do it the good old-fashioned way. Just put it all right here. So we're gonna put an input box here. This is going to be called department short name, and then we're gonna limit the number of characters. We only want a maximum of 6 characters. We're going to copy this, move this over here. This had 9 pixels. 9. Got it. 999. Perfect. And this is going to be department's long name. Make sure you uncheck the limit number of characters. And then we're going to do a drop down box. Drop down. There we go. And this drop down box is going to be departments type. The style is going to be static choice, and the options are going to be police, fire, civilian, dispatch. And make sure you click on this input should not be empty. Actually, we're going to do it for all of these. Make sure you click on input should not be empty. Input should not be empty. And we're gonna make this a little bigger here, even though we don't really need to, but it's whatever. We're gonna upload, not an image, I'm sorry, that's a visual element. We're gonna go down to input forms, picture uploader. This is a little smaller. We don't need to make this big. I just hate all this wasted space, it feels like. And create a button. It's going to be called create departments. If I can spell, that would be fantastic. Style, I'm going to do the whole warning button again, because I really like that orange color. I'm digging that right now for some reason. So now we're going to go ahead and go to our repeating group here. Actually, I don't think I really walked you through when I was doing that, but under containers, just go to repeating group. Why did I just delete that? Why? There we go. It's a repeating group right here, containers repeating group. And what a repeating group is basically it's going to automatically create a group, a column for everything it finds. So for every department it finds, it's going to display it automatically. So you don't need to you don't need to know how many departments there are or anything like that. It'll do it all automatically for you. When you do layout style, the difference here, vertical scrolling is exactly what it sounds like. It'll do the up and down scrolling, which I don't like scrolling. I think scrolling is not really needed unless you have a big list of things. Like a big list of users, we'll use it for users. Extended vertical scrolling is basically the same thing, except for you need to scroll the page down for it to load. Full list will load everything all at once, so it's better. Full list is good if your data field isn't that big. Now, if people have 5,000 departments for whatever God forbidden reason, This probably won't, you probably don't want full list, you probably want vertical scrolling, but I don't imagine anyone having more than like 6 departments, so full list will work just fine. And the worst full list is going to do is make you just scroll down a lot, you know, it's whatever, not a big deal. Fixed number of cells is exactly that, it'll only display a fixed number of cells. Horizontal scrolling will just scroll left and right. Now, for the repeating group, obviously department, I walk you through this, search for department, sort by type. For the separation, I always like to do none, but we'll change that in a second, because I want to make sure we have our columns here. That way we know where we're placing stuff and how it's going to look when it's all said and done. So inside, we're going to click on Visual Elements, go to Image. Remember I was talking about the red line? You can see there's a red line right here on the dash line. The gray dash line, now there's a red line. Make sure you have that red line, and you draw the box inside of it. Now once you have it inside of it, it won't let you go outside of it, so I always make it really small the first time, just so that way I can make sure I'm inside the actual repeating group. Again, I can imagine that's some of your issues last time, is you guys weren't drawing it inside the actual repeating group cell. So this here cell contains this image. We are going to make it a dynamic image, like how we did last time. Insert dynamic data, maybe. Insert dynamic data. Current cells departments, logo. If for whatever reason you don't have current cells department, make sure you have type of contents at the department and your data source set up. And make sure your image is a member of this cell. It should work. If it does not work, then you fuck something up. Go back and rewatch this part. For the run mode rendering, do rescale. Always do rescale on run mode rendering. Always rescale. Now we're gonna just create a new text. Again, make sure you have that red line there. I'm gonna center this vertically just so I know where the middle is, and I'm gonna go up 4. And this here, we're gonna display the current cells departments. We'll do the long name up here. We're gonna make the text 14's fine. 14 seems fine. Make it center itself. We're gonna go to Open Sans. I'm gonna copy this now. Holding Shift using my arrow keys here. We're gonna do the short name now, which isn't gonna be that long. Short name. We could also put like how many users are assigned to it. Why not? Let's go for it. We're gonna hit this and I'm gonna hit delete. I'm just gonna say user in departments and then insert dynamic data. We're gonna do a search for users where their approved departments contains current cells departments, and we're just gonna do a count. That'll automatically give us the amount of people. Now obviously we're gonna need an edit and delete button and stuff like that, because we need to be able to delete and edit them. We're gonna go down to material icon under visual elements. We'll use a material icon for this. First one we're gonna do is easy. We're gonna do a delete. We're gonna do a trash. Nope. Is it called delete? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna start it with the one without the X in the middle here. You'll see why in a second. For the default color, I'm gonna make it white. I'm gonna right click and center this vertically. We're gonna go to conditional here, define another condition. When this material's icon is hovered, we're gonna change the color, icon color. We're gonna make it a red, like a soft red. There we go. And I also want to change the icon. You can see here I can change the icon, and I want to change the icon to the one with the X through it. That way, it's just a visual feel. You can tell that you're hovering over it. So we're gonna go ahead and hit test. It should actually kick me back to the home page, which it has, /home, perfect. That means it worked. We're going to go to app data, all users, edit myself here. Is admin true? I'm going to do is owners true. Got it, got it. We're going to hit preview. See, already I see an issue here. I didn't group any of these together. So I'm going to hold control and click on all of this. Click on all these elements for create departments, right click. And I'm going to group them in a group, and it creates a group automatically for me. And I'm going to go in here, and I want this to be fixed with. I don't want them to expand my text boxes or anything like that. And I also didn't actually make us a way for us to create any departments. So we need to hit create department and go to start edit workflow. We're going to go to data, create a new thing, type of department. Set another field. We're gonna set the logo to the uploader. Long name. Input department's long names. Short name. Short names value. And type. Drop down department types value. Then we're gonna go to element actions, reset inputs, and then I'm also gonna go to element actions, set focus, back to short name. Basically reset, basically automatically sets your cursor to short name by default. We're going to refresh this page now. So for the short name, I'm gonna do BCSO, department type, police, department long name, Blaine County Sheriff's Office. I'm gonna upload image. I have a lot of images in here, sorry. BCSO, here we go. And so now you see whenever I hover over it, changes the color in the X. Perfect. Now, I don't like how fast it's changing colors, and we can change that. So let me show you guys a cool little nifty trick here. Actually, first, I'm just doing this horizontally. I'm going to make this skinnier because we don't need all that space in the repeating group. I'm going to do this. I'm going to center horizontally. And I'm actually going to make this I think I'm just going to make all this fixed width. I'm going to make this whole thing fixed width. Let the right hand side ones expand more. No, I don't like that. Never mind. I don't like that. See, a lot of this is just playing around. You got to figure out what you like, what you don't like. So this is okay. I don't mind this. Actually, I kind of do, because I feel like I won't be able to actually, once you get multiple departments in there, it could become a pain in the ass. Yeah, that's better. That's better. I like this. So we don't want this to change to red so quickly. It's sort of hard on the eyes. So if you click on the trash can, go to transitions, you can see there's a select a property to define a new transition. We're going to make a transition property effect for icon color. You can see there's a duration here, 100, 200, 500, 700, or 1,000. It's in milliseconds, so 500 will be half of a second, 1,000 would be 1 second. And there's a bunch of different ones. There's ease in, ease out, linear, step start, step end. I don't know what any of these do. I always leave it on ease. I don't really fuck with these settings. I just click it and leave it. If we refresh the page, you can see what it does. And I'll put them side by side here in Pro so you can see this one here. Now fades. And you can actually make this even a longer fade. You can change it to half of a second. You can change it to a whole second if you really wanted to. But we're gonna go to, actually I do want to type in like, I want to do like 250. There we go. And obviously clicking on delete does nothing right now, but that's okay. So now we have a way to create departments and do departments. So that's gonna go ahead and be it for this episode. I'm trying to make these episodes really smaller and shorter, that way we don't do too much and I don't lose you guys too quickly. So that's gonna do it for this episode. Next episode we'll go over editing users and approving users, and then we'll finally do edit community logo, and we'll do some more community settings that we can set. So those are the next future episodes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Remember, I will be doing these on Fridays from now on. Peace out, Girl Scouts.